So if you're looking to get into the internet space, you might be wondering, what is the process, the big picture of how money is made in creating a successful, profitable blog business? So in this video, what I want to share with you is the step-by-step process in giving you the big picture overview of having a successful blog business. So the first step in this process, after you've already created your website, after you've already set up all the technical things, is actually to bring in traffic from the authority websites. See, a lot of traffic is already happening on the internet and it's already moving. The thing is that people are hanging out in certain websites. They're hanging out in certain areas. It's kind of like people hang out at certain clubs, certain restaurants. Some restaurants are more busy than others. So your goal is to actually take those people that are already hanging out on the internet and take them and move them to your website, to redirect them. Whether that's from a search engine like Google, that's an authority website, or a major distribution place like YouTube, like a video content place, or maybe some social media website such as Facebook or Twitter. So your goal is to take people from these websites and move them back onto yours. Now there's a lot of authority websites out there, and they can be even sub-authority websites, meaning specific for that niche. So if you want to go out, acquire them, and acquire this traffic found in these other little authority websites, then that's what your first step is to create this process, to be able to have this successful business process online. In the second step, your goal is to add value to the customer. Now, the way to add value online is through content. Now, whether that's video content, whether that's textual content, images, it's a way to connect with the customer. So you're adding value by connecting with your customer. You can do this by creating funny videos. You can do this by creating educational videos. It could be reviews of products, testimonials of products. There's a lot of information out there that can be created or generated. It might even be a way to store information, such as a service, such as people upload their files, or maybe a task management service, a little tool, something that's helpful for them. But you're adding value to your customers. After you add value, you have to build this connection. And after this connection is built, you've built up trust. Once the trust is built, you want to build an asset and collect an asset. So the third step in the process is to collect the asset. And what does the asset mean? It's really a way to connect with your customer. See, what happens on the internet is a lot of people are surfing, they're looking at things online, but you really can't connect and interact with them besides the static pages. You can't personally reach out to them and connect with them and see what is it that they're looking for, what is it that you can help them with. In fact, most people, they're just kind of looking at websites and then they're leaving. Now, if you can collect an asset like a name and an email address, you can go ahead and send out good news material. You can send out new videos that you can create, or send out the new helpful tools that you found or resources to these customers that are already pre-interested in some of the content that you've been sharing and some of the content that you've added value to them. So in that third stage, you're really collecting the asset, and you can add them to a mailing list. You can add them to a basic text list that you go ahead and send to their physical home address, something of value. But again, it's a way to collect that asset so that way you can reach out further and interact and connect with your customer. Once you've collected the asset, you continue to build this relationship. So in between all these steps, you'll have little sub-steps, but you continue to build the relationship. Eventually, the next milestone that you get to is actually adding a promotion for a product or service, something that you can add value to. So after you've got the asset, you create an offer. Now, in this offer, you can have the same kind of sequence, little sub-steps that we're going through again. You can get people pre-interested in the product, maybe showing them some insight to what the product does. So again, you'll have little sub-steps of the sequence of the process. But that next stage really behind having a successful blog business is you need to have some kind of offer, some kind of promotion, some kind of product or service to be able to deliver to the end customer that you're already adding value to, that you're already contributing to their lives. So having that product, having a service, something that you can offer them, already is going to take you to that next step, because without a sale, without selling them something, your income is going to be a little more minimal. So of course you can sell affiliates, you can sell other people's products, but having some kind of offer, you need to have it. Otherwise, the majority of your income is going to be through ad revenue or through sponsorships, which is not a bad way to go if your website gets millions of hits. But the majority of the income is made through the product side or through the back end. So having a product, creating that offer and sending it out to your newsletter list, which is your assets that you've built up earlier, or through even just standard post mail, sending a letter with a stamp on it, pointing them to an online offer, works just as well. So when you have this offer, you send it out to them. Now you have a potential to build sales and build revenue for your company. And in the final step, you're basically rinsing and repeating. You continue to add value to your customers, whether that's to new targeted traffic or through the old people that are already on your list, the old people that have purchased your products. You're continuing to connect with them. You're continuing to add value to them. And then eventually, after you've added enough value, you go ahead and create another offer for another product or service. As they grow in their education, in their knowledge, in their life cycle, they may be interested in new things and new products, new services. So that's what you do. Your business also should grow and evolve because you want to stick with those people. Think of it when it comes to money or the life cycle of money that people go through. If you're a teenager and you're just getting started in saving and just acquiring funds, their initial stage is really about building some cash into their bank account. So that's their stage. As you start progressing, you start building things out financially or in your life, you start looking to, how do I accelerate my financial growth? And then eventually you may get into investing and how do I invest the money that I have made? So things take a different approach as you go through the different stages and the different levels. So as your customers grow, you should also grow with your customer to target the right products for the right people at the right time. And that's your real objective in terms of business, is to connect and bridge the customer with the right product where they're having some kind of struggle, where they need some kind of benefit, something that adds value to them. And that's the end process. And you continue to do this, rinse and repeat from the beginning. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and you want to continue learning with me, click one of the thumbnails right below this video and we'll continue learning together. And if you want to see some of my more in-depth business trainings, then go ahead, click this link right up here, and when you get there, enter your name and email address, and I'll be sure to send you those more in-depth business trainings when they are released. Thanks again, and remember to do what you love, contribute to others, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.